I'll give you guys an intro. Oh. As I was saying, I'll give you guys an intro shortly, but here's our first reptile for the day. A big, beautiful eastern blue-tongue lizard. And look how cranky and charged up he is. Beautiful colours on this lizard too. He's a stunning little fella. Beautiful oranges, yellows. And I won't bug him too much, he's just doing his thing, but at least he's off the road. He's not going to get hit or run over. And you can see how well they camouflage into the scrub there. And hopefully he just heads back into the paddock there and doesn't come back on the road. But let's keep going and I'll give you guys an intro when we arrive at our destination. So how was that for the start of a video? No one better have turned it off yet. We got that beautiful eastern blue tongue. We got him off the road and he was there. You could see he didn't want me to pick him up. He didn't want me anywhere near him. He's there going, ah, trying to keep me away. The last thing I wanted was for him to latch onto my fingers. But anyway, let's get across here. We are out here at a spot I've been wanting to come to for well over a year. It's a beautiful river. Look at this system through here. It's just gorgeous. Got these big boulders around. About an hour and a half from home, 2 hours out of Sydney. And our main target for today is tiger snakes. I've still not yet seen one. I found one on the road twitching and I was just too late. But today we're going to be putting in the effort. We're going to do a full day of herping. We want tiger snake. That's our number one. Potentially a Highlands copperhead, and depending how we go here, we might go have a look at some other things, might go look at some sites around Lithgow. So we'll see what else pops up. If the reptiles are popping, we'll keep going with that. If not, we'll have another crack around Sydney tonight. But yeah, this is going to be a jam-packed video with hopefully a good variety of reptiles to share with you guys. But yeah, let's crack on. Got a decent size eastern water dragon here. Thank God for the zoom on these new iPhones. We'll see if we can get any closer. He'll probably bail on me. These guys are quick as buggery. Yeah, he's already gone straight under the rock. Oh, there's his tail. Yeah, these guys are an incredibly common sight all up the east coast of Australia. It's hard to go anywhere without spotting one. No such luck yet, but we're not giving up. We've walked all up and down this side of the river. Now we're getting the dogs out. We're gonna go across here. It's more open over the other side, so hopefully I have a bit more luck. I'm starting to get a bit frustrated. This is why I don't herp close to home, because I'm like, I can just go home. When I'm out in the scrub, out in the desert, I love it, and I'll spend all day out there. But when I know I can go home and I'm getting frustrated, oof, it'll be the end of me. See if you guys get the pleasure of seeing one of us go arse over tit. Probably lose a shoe, to be honest. One little bit here and we're across. Wish us luck. We are nearly at a bloody tumble. You can do it. Come on, come on. Oh. Spewing. That would have been comedy gold. There we are. Another eastern blue tongue for the day. And there you can see the different colorations. This guy's more of the stock standard one that we're used to seeing. A lot more bland. It's sort of just browns and blacks and greys, I guess, compared to that one on the road. The colors on it were absolutely beautiful. It was stunning. Again, you can see when they're out in the wild, a lot of the time their tails are intact. The ones in suburbia, they're losing tails all the time due to dog attacks, cat attacks, all that terrible stuff. But yeah, out in the bush, nothing tends to really grab their tails. But yeah, beautiful big blue tongue. I could only see that and I'm like, oh, is that our tiger snake? Because I could only just see it through the grass. I heard him going through, but yeah, no, we got a blue tongue. You can see he's obviously been munching on something. He's been having a little meal, probably some snails. So he's also got a few ticks here which we can get off him. Just 3 ticks, help him out on his day. Or he might not appreciate it. Hang on. These reptile ticks, they honestly barely affect our native Australian reptiles. They do absolutely bugger all to them. The only issue would be if he had a whole heap over his eyes or mouth and it was ruining any functioning of anything like that. But other than that, they can get covered with them. It doesn't really cause any issues at all. But yeah, beautiful big blue tongue. Surprisingly, he's got all these little toes, all these little feet intact. Yeah, very, very healthy, intact blue tongue. He's ready to go. All right, keep chowing down on your snails, buddy. We got bigger fish to fry. Off you go. Keep going. And away he goes. Where's the bloody tiger snake? Guys, there's a Cunningham skink right there. I've only ever seen one. I've seen one in a national park in Orange and he was under a rock. I just saw his tail sticking out from under the rock. This guy's a well distance away, sort of under this barbed wire, and he'd spot me coming for him. But you know what, I would love to get a closer look at him. You can see the blotches and the spikes on their tail that they used to stick themselves under the rocks. Yeah, we'll see if we can get any closer. I'd highly, highly doubt it. I've come down just to go under the barbed wire here and he's already spotted me. He's already on the move. These guys' eyesight is just, oh, better than mine. I can't even, there. There's a better look at him though, if I can stay still. Awesome, awesome big skink, but I don't think he's gonna let me get much closer. And he's gone under there. And there he is. That's exactly what they do. They use those barbs, those spikes on the end of their tail there, and they wedge right under so the predators and people and anything else can't pull him out. But yeah, he's safe as houses, but I'm stoked to see that. We're seeing heaps of lizards, we just need a snake. And you can see all these rocky boulders and rocky habitat. Now this is absolutely perfect for our Cunningham skinks. Our Cunningham skinks, like I said, they live amongst these rocky boulders, tuck themselves in with the spiny tails, and they're safe as houses. The other interesting thing about these skinks is they actually live in colonies, big family colonies. You'll see a few adults basking out, along with some smaller ones and even some babies sometimes, all living communally amongst these boulders. Something that's not common with a lot of reptiles. A lot of reptiles are solitary animals. They'll prey on each other, and it just wouldn't work out for them. But there you go, Cunningham skinks. As you can see, we're in a much different habitat now. We're heading back towards Sydney. We've come up to a lookout out near Lithgow. The habitat's a lot more lush, a lot more green, a lot more mountainous to where we were at earlier, as opposed to the flat farmlands and rivers that we were at earlier. We had quite a bit of luck with the lizards. We had water dragons, blue tongues, Cunningham skinks, which was bloody awesome. And right at the end there, we got our Highlands Copperhead, which was one of our targets for today. I didn't want to hassle him too much. He was dead set that big. It was a little baby. I didn't want to hassle him too much or cause him any damage or stress him out. So I just let him do his thing. I just let him sort of slither along back into the bush. Being so small, he's already got enough predators to worry about. Bigger snakes, birds, anything that can fit him in their mouth, to be honest. But yeah, he was a gorgeous, gorgeous snake. The colours on him, hopefully you can tell in the video. But anyway, on our way back to Sydney, I thought we'd come up to this Hassan's Walls in Lithgow. So there's a bit of a lookout, we can have a look around. We might stop into some other spots on the way back, and then we're also going to head out tonight, back around Sydney, around home, and see what we can find out up there. You can see all out there, you got the blue mountains surrounding us. And then all throughout the mountains you got these valleys, these beautiful green lush valleys all throughout. Stunning part of the world. Got all these rock formations from the wind, thousands and thousands of years. There's something super cool over there. It looks like someone's graffitied it, but it's still cool. We'll go and have a look anyway. They're hidden down here off the beaten track. The walkway's up there, but you got this cool little cutout. Probably eroded by wind and then just chipped out by people or worn out by people going through over time, but how cool is this? Unfortunately, people have got to graffiti everything, but yeah, still bloody cool. Alrighty, we'll jump back on the car, and there's a bit of a dirt trail, a bit of a road which goes up around the mountains on the outskirts of Lithgow here. We'll see if we can spot anything. If not, it's going to bring us back out to the main road, head back to Sydney, go let Crash the pup out for a pee and a poo, have some dinner, and then we'll hit the road again tonight. The weather is atrocious. We've just had a huge downpour, but we're gonna head back up the mountains and we're gonna give it a crack anyway. It's still 25 degrees, so the temperatures are holding even after the rain. The good thing about the rain, hopefully a heap of frogs will come out. So one, we'll get to see a few different species of frogs. If frogs come out, what eats the frogs? Snakes. So I don't know, I haven't really tried after this much rain before. I've tried after a little bit, but we'll go give it a crack. I'm committed to you guys, and yeah, I want you guys to have a good video to watch. So yeah, I'll see you up there. And how cool is this frog, guys? A giant burrowing frog. They're either endangered or vulnerable. They're definitely on that list. And aren't they an absolutely awesome little frog? I love them. And did you see how he was just crawling along the ground? They're absolutely hilarious. I can't tell you too much about them other than they are a vulnerable / endangered species. They're a beautiful, you can see why they're called a giant frog. Look at the size of that compared to my hand. They are a big frog. Some of them are extremely purple. You can see he's still got purple. He's got little dots on him. They are a bloody awesome frog. They make these hilarious little sounds as well. Oh, he's jumping away. But if I poke him on the butt, he might make this little, he'll go like, as he jumps through the bush, we'll see. No, he doesn't want to do it, but he's oh, you can see he's puffing himself up. He's already a big frog, but he's puffing himself up to make himself look even bigger to scare me, the predator, away. He doesn't want to scream anymore. Clumsy little guy. We'll let him keep going. We'll see what else we can find. The rain's starting to die down now. Frogs are out. So hopefully we do have a little bit more luck, but time will tell. We've got another giant burrowing frog. We'll do him a favour and get him off the road. I think this guy's a little bit bigger. Awesome colours too, look at that. Sitting nice and proud. Alright, off the road, big fella. Keep going. I do not want you getting run over, please. Alright, we'll give him a hand. If you ever need to do this, it's best not to pick up a frog, but always make sure your hands are wet, moist. Their skin's, I don't know the right word for it, but their skin's extremely porous, and whatever's on your hands can soak into their skin. And there he goes, safe from cars. See you, buddy. We have a long-necked turtle. Right in the middle of the road here, he's gotten himself stuck. Good size too. Hopefully he hasn't been clipped. You can see his little head in there. Eastern long-necked turtle. Got his little arm out. He's got his little arm out. And yeah, you can see if he's heading this way, there's a 4-foot fence. He ain't getting through that. I might trudge over this embankment here. Hopefully that's the way he was heading, and we can put him down there. We'll check too. He hasn't been clipped at all. Yeah, nah, he looks good. Oh, he's shot me with his scent glands. So that's the way they stop predators, or people like me bugging them too much. So behind his legs there, people think it's piss. They think they're piss on you, but behind his legs, he's actually got these stinky, stinky little scent glands, and that is their protection from predators out in the wild. Now this is looking pretty good down here. We'll move him off the road back into the scrub, because he can't go the other way anyway. Thankfully he hasn't been hit. Let's pop you down here away from the road. Off you go. Beautiful big eastern long-necked turtle. Hey, we're finding some animals. We just need a good sized snake. Fingers crossed. But yeah, let's keep plotting along. And that is a tawny frogmouth. Oh, there he is looking at us. Tawny frogmouth. A lot of people mistake them for owls. As you can see, a nocturnal bird, and they do look quite similar to an owl. However, they aren't. They're just a bird. They're not even related to owls. Now, I've raised quite a few of these guys from babies and released them back into the wild. I've nursed injured ones back to health, and yeah, they're such an awesome bird. You see that little hair on the end of their beak? To feed them, you give that a tickle, they open their mouth, and bang, you pluck the food straight in. You can see they're pretty brave. They let you get fairly close. And now I guess you could say these guys are sort of a bird of prey. They eat insects and sometimes rodents, but that's exactly what I was going to say. You guys didn't hear a thing when he just took off. They are silent birds. Their wings do not make a sound. It allows them to fly through the sky and pluck out bugs here, there, and they don't even know they're coming. Awesome, awesome bird. Something different for the video. And we stumbled across our first snake for the night. Probably a little snake which not many of you have heard of. It's a little blind snake. So hard to differentiate between each other. Where we are now, I think there's maybe 3 or 4 different species of blind snake. One of the only ways to tell is counting those tiny, tiny little scales. And who's got time for that? Scientists, that's who. We're up the mountains here, and these guys, they're a nocturnal snake. During the day, they'll spend their time in holes, underground, in leaf litter. They survive by eating ant larvae. They come out after eating the ant larvae, a bandy comes along, hopefully you can find one of those tonight, they'll gobble up these guys. This is the only thing that bandy snakes eat, blind snakes. Now these guys, their mouth is so small, they're not venomous, their defense mechanism is their bum. And he has shot that all over me. I don't know if you can see any glistening on my hands, but there's poo and stench, and it is just absolutely, it's foul. It makes me want to throw up. A predator will come along, a bird, another snake. He shoots that out of his bum, out of his cloaca. That scent, yeah. The predator, which I am at the moment, is just absolutely disgusted. We'll drop the animal, and the animal can get away to safety. Obviously, a lot of people will mistake this guy for an earthworm as well, but if you do look very, very closely, you can see he has little eyes, little scales, and a little flicking tongue, exactly like a snake does. So I just had a little Google. Up here we've got the blackish blind snake, the Promixius blind snake, and the brown snouted blind snake. He's got a bit of a brown snout, but who knows which one he could be. Your guess is as good as mine. But let's send him back into the scrub, and let's see. I would be absolutely over the moon to find this guy's predator, a bandy. I've seen them before. I've had calls to them, but I've not yet herped one, so that would be amazing. Let's get you off the road. And you were lucky that we came through looking for you, not anyone else. Off you go. Right, we just jumped back in the car and I was saying it'd be nice to find a gecko. On this particular road, I haven't found a gecko before, but where we are, there should be leisure velvets, geckos, Underwoodosaurus millis, thick-tailed barking geckos, and eastern stone geckos. And we literally drove the car 5 meters and then bang. Leisure's velvet gecko. An awesome little gecko. This is probably one of the best patterned, best colored ones I've actually ever come across. You can see he's got a regenerated tail. So something at some point, a snake, a larger gecko, a bird, has tried to eat him, grabbed onto his tail, he's dropped his tail. That's these guys' defense mechanism. So they'll drop their tail, they can run away from their predator, regrow their tail over time, repeat, 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 until something does get the better of them. So one of the main predators of these guys is the broad-headed snake, which is an endangered snake here in Sydney. It's only in the Sydney basin. It lives in the sandstone, highly endangered, beautiful snake. I do know an area sort of around here where they do find them. I haven't found them on this specific road, so it would be interesting if we found one up here. Beautiful little gecko, Leisure's velvet gecko. Let's get this guy off the road and into the scrub as well, back to safety. There's a few cars coming along, I have no idea why. But yeah, you are not a flattened gecko, so you're a lucky one. Off you go. And look at that, just in the dry grass there. If you're walking past, you would not notice him there. The camouflage, the patterns and the colours on our Australian geckos, on our Australian reptiles in general, are just fantastic. Look at that, disappeared. Off you go, buddy. Stay safe. Just on 11 o'clock and we're pulled up stumps. We've just pulled up home. Whew, what a day. Big bloody ripper day. Unfortunately, we didn't get a monster snake. We didn't get a holy grail. We got a little holy grail. We got our little copperhead. I was absolutely over the moon with the Cunningham skink, so I'm not complaining with today. We had such a large variety of animals. Water dragon, blue tongue, Cunningham skinks, copperhead, gecko, blind snake, tawny frogmouth. Like, I really can't complain. What a day. I'm absolutely buggered. I reckon we would have made an absolute killing tonight if it wasn't for the rain, but hey, what do you do? Oh, we got the frogs instead, that's right. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you want me to do a few more big days of herping around Sydney, head out certain spots, certain areas, find some different animals. But yeah, as always guys, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you on the next one.